Greetings. I am your host, Cookie, along with AJ Adams and Selena K tonight. Thank you for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inherent, and final authority for all. RockTrue Queens is founded on He, who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. The truth, the RockTrue Queens is a cross-cultural response to the generational, economical, and social concerns of the kingdom woman in today's society. RockTrue Queens is established for each one to reach one to teach one, the lost art of embodiment as an inherent chosen daughter. Therefore, exposing the hidden in plain sight, a fascination attempt on the kingdom morals, integrity, and glory of her identity. Ultimately, healing the broken love language between the king and his queen by applying kingdom principles, revelation, and knowledge. The Rock True Queen seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local and international queens and kings of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness, who we are and to whom we belong. It is absolutely a kingdom renaissance. Hello, 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 fellow truthers.
Hello.
Grand Day Royals, Grand Day. How are you? And welcome to our fourth night of the Rock True Class Conference. I'm trying to remove this banner as well as remember what it is I'm supposed to actually say. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I forgot we got a producer here, so it's even better. I ain't got to produce it all the way. So thank you so much. I don't know, is this my screen looking dirty? Give me a second. Let's see what's happening. Let me see. Okay, maybe that's a little better. I don't know. It could be reception. However, but thank you. Thank you for tuning in. The Rock True Class are absolutely nothing at all. If you have been watching, it has been an amazing conference, not only to produce, but to also be a part of, to have like this front row seat at the same time. It's a behind the scenes scene look at what it is that we're doing. From Tamoya Bryant to Jate Winky to Octavia Jones and Marley King, Chris Lyon. Let me see. We had Laura Tyron Joe, Miss Sheena Gadan, and now today I am like honored because we repping the Queens tonight. Yes, it's time for the Queens to be, and I'm so excited about it. We have two amazing women who are going to bring forth or speak for us today. First up will be Miss AJ Adams, none other. Miss Inez Essentials herself. She's gonna speak on Rock True Beauty. I am so excited to bring her on. Miss Inez, are you ready? I said, Miss Inez, are you ready? Yes, Miss Essentials. I see you. Don't do that. Don't look like that. Hi, Queen. Hi.
Hey, boo. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I
Yes.
miss your face on the screen,
I
man.
know, you know what? Like this week has been yeah, it was like a get back, and I really enjoy like, doing this again. I feel like it's been such a long time. But it's like it's better. It's better because I kind of like, know how to kind of like jump in, flow, and keep growing. But I do miss y'all too. I miss y'all too.
You
My God.
abandon us, It's okay
No,
though.
no.
Yeah.
Listen, look at where we're going. I can't be over here and then
No.
I got
Listen.
to.
Listen. You brought me on one day,
Yes.
and then I got a co-host the next, and then
That's
I didn't
it.
see you anymore till
That's it.
now.
That's it. There you go. Oh, don't forget the part where you became a producer.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
produce my own show. I
That's
forgot
it.
about
You
that.
remember that? You remember that?
I forgot. I
But
forgot.
that's okay. You
But
such
I
a rock
gained, I
star.
gained new family out of it. So, I'm all with it.
Yes, because you and Nicki Ma just y'all do y'all thing every week. And of course we're going to bi-weekly, guys. We're gonna go to bi-weekly next month.
Mhm.
Because we're going to be doing something new. We're going to be doing something special. We're going to actually start syndicating other people that rock truth along with us, and they need to be heard too, man. We want to definitely be a platform to highlight, like we said, local kings and queens of his character. And so we have about 6 different shows, I believe. It's 6 or 7 different shows we'll syndicate during our off week, our off live week. So please tune in. We got Mr. Eugene Napoleon. We got Magnify Your Essence with Carolyn Wilson. We have Miss Monique, I My Brother's Keeper. We have Finances with Miss Renee Antoine. We got Miss Sheena Gadan and Testimony Tuesdays. We have Mr. Think Smart. Like we have an array of friends that we have connected to, or rather, God has connected us to, via Him. So, Miss AJ, are you ready to rock True Beauty? Absolutely
Always.
nothing.
Always.
Yes, let's get it. Let's go, Queen. Blessing.
All right. We talk about beauty. And a lot of times we talk about beauty, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Um, but we never talk about the beauty that's with what's inside you. We rarely talk about the beauty that you have in your aura, in your energy. Um, Even just today, I was talking to my daughter, who's 12, and I asked her what is her definition of beauty. And her definition of beauty was the first thing that you see when you see a person or when you meet a person. That was her definition of outward beauty, not just on your looks. And she broke it down to, there's beautiful people, whether, male or female. But the biggest thing was, she said it was the first thing that you see in a person when you meet them or when you see them for that day. And then she talked about your beauty that's within inside of you. Um, and she broke it down in her terms of um, being a good person, being kind, being um, presentable, not necessarily presentable, but having perseverance, and how you present yourself, which I found interesting, just because a lot of times we don't speak to our youth about their definition of beauty, especially because they see everything that's on the screen. They see everybody on the screen, from Megan Thee Stallion to even Michelle Obama, which for her, they don't even consider her to be a beautiful being, and she is amazing. Um, so it's one of those things where you know it was interesting to hear a 12-year-old's perspective on beauty and what they thought was beautiful in a person and outward. Um, as an adult, for me, I definitely agree with her saying, the first thing that you see in a person. But a lot of people put this stigma on, oh, you're not beautiful unless you're wearing makeup, or you're not beautiful unless your hair is straightened, or, things like that. And it's one of those things we already have. As Black women, we have a hard time just moving about because we're dark, or we're lighter, our hair is short, our hair is long. But then you have the other stigmas that are put on us, which I wear my hair natural most of the time, but I've had people tell me, "Oh, you look better with your hair straightened." No, I look better because that's how I wanted my hair to look that day. I look better because I felt great walking out of my door. I felt great when I woke up. Um, Not because you told me, it's because I told myself. And that's the one thing we don't tell ourselves enough is I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful dark. I'm beautiful light. I'm beautiful with curly hair, straight hair, lashes or not. And you can be beautiful with all of that, but it's about what you feel and what you feel inside of you. But it's also about what you project, about your own perception of self, not what others say your self is. Um, the other thing is with beauty, beauty is not just, your looks. Beauty is being you consistently. Beauty is being yourself purposely every day, all day, not just because you're going out, not just because, oh, I'm up for a promotion, not just because I'm on a date. Beauty is being you purposefully, on purpose, every day, consistently. Beauty is what's inside of you. Beauty is what moves you to do what you do, and dress how you want. Beauty isn't any of that. And you don't have to have, $1 million outfits just to be beautiful. You can be beautiful in a whole rainbow outfit. It's just how you carry yourself in that outfit that makes you who you are. So, and that people crack me up with, oh, your whole outfit came from Target. It looked good, don't it? It does. I know, because that's how I made it look. It has nothing to do with I spent $1,000 on my shirt or I spent $30 on my shirt. It has nothing to do with what I spent. It's about how I wear it, but how I carry myself. And if you carry yourself showing, not even in a conceited way, but just I'm beautiful, how I am, and it's okay because I'm me every day, and you can't say that I'm not me. Now, if you are not authentically yourself, then hey, then you can question that, but I know myself, and that's the thing. You have to know yourself. And yes, as Selena says, you have to be confident in yourself, but in your own beliefs. um the other thing, some people, even with their body images, you so many times you open your computer, turn your phone on, or open the magazine, you see everyone you know thin waist and thick thighs, whatever. You don't have to have that body shape to even say, oh, I know I'm beautiful. Yeah, what does your body have to do with your mind? What does your body have to do with your thoughts and how you see yourself, how you carry yourself? Yes, if you want to get surgery or do whatever, work out, that's great, that's for you, but it's not for everybody. And you have to learn to do what's good for you, but not what society tells you to be and how to be beautiful outwardly to others. If every day you wake up and you look in the mirror and say, I know I'm beautiful, or I'm beautiful and today is going to be amazing, then that's what it's going to be. And you can't let anybody sway you from that. And that there is Erica's RockTrue Beauty.
Well, Queen. Well, well, Queen. Let me make sure. Nikki Ma, you here?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was waiting on you to come in with your screen. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Miss AJ Allen. Rocking true beauty. I love it. I love it. I love, well, sorry, I'm a host. Miss Nikki Ma, what was your thoughts?
Like she said, beauty is what you is in the eye of the beholder. The number one thing of beauty is loving yourself. Everything in life starts with loving yourself and self-esteem. And definitely, when you have a love affair with yourself, everything else is attracted to you. It doesn't matter what features or any of that. When you love yourself, it shows. You glow. You have this energy. Like how you treat people tells you how you feel about yourself.
That
And when people are miserable, like when you're around people who got bad energy don't lie. So you can tell when you're
Exactly.
around somebody insecure. You can tell somebody that doesn't love themselves, because they're not about uplifting others.
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
when you truly, truly are at peace and love with yourself, you glow different.
Teach.
No amount of
Listen,
makeup is going to cover it up. No amount of surgery is going to cover it up. A lot of women spend a lot of money fixing the outside, but don't fix the inside.
Teach.
And
yep.
the inside, no matter
And when
what
they
you do, like
both
look how
match.
many beautiful ladies get dogged out, cheated on, everything. They're like, oh my gosh, she's pretty. What's the first comment people make? Oh, she's so pretty. What does that have to do with anything?
Teach.
Because if she doesn't love herself, that man is treating her how she sees herself.
Yep.
Yep.
Her friends are treating her how she sees herself. Her
No,
children
no,
are treating
no.
her how she sees herself.
Teach.
Proverbs already says what a virtuous woman is. So it
Teach.
exudes from the inside. You
Come
can
on.
paint all of this on the outside all you want to, but the unhappiness eyes don't lie.
Teach.
There's so many women that go under the knife trying to fix something, that all of this on the outside, but not ever self-developing, never
No.
reading books, never building their mindset, never wondering, and self-evaluation. Me and AJ talked about today. We have a lot of dating people that say, oh, you need to fix this about yourself physically or this. Men are visual, but are you fixing yourself? Are you
Mm-hmm.
healed?
Teach.
Are you healed? Are you fixing yourself? Are you
Teach.
doing what you need to do to become a better person? That's the
But I
big
Teach.
think a lot
thing.
of people are afraid of that work of fixing the inside.
They
Mm.
are.
You
They're afraid to
know.
look at who they really are.
Because I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna say it's the truth. I mean, as much as
They're
people
afraid of
try
the
to
truth.
pretend as if
But
they like the truth, they don't.
Look,
You
if
gotta
you don't
face
address
it.
it, the more that you try to hold on to what you think you're missing, you're going to miss out on what you could have that God has for you.
Teach.
You know what I'm
Teach.
saying?
yep.
And that is the problem. People look at what they're losing versus what they can gain.
Teach. And so look at
Investing
it.
in
If you're
yourself
looking
is self
backwards.
love.
Yeah,
That's
and look
the
Mm-hmm.
that's the
backwards.
investment you need to be making. The money you're making spending on surgery and weaves, you could have been making that investment inside of yourself first.
Sis.
But
Sis.
that's too expensive. And
Sis.
that's the
Woo!
thing.
Oh,
Yes,
Fixing yourself and fixing your thought process and just self-developing is way more,
it's too real.
for them it's too expensive, but
win.
it's easy to go drop 10 stacks 10
Right.
stacks to be in pain and where
But to
5
be
is
to
or
be
whatever.
vulnerable to people and show them who you really are, that's a whole nother expense people don't want to take.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Win.
people are like, oh no, I got this facade I got to keep up. But what you didn't know, people saw through it a long time ago, sweetheart, and that's why they treat you like they're
My
treating you.
sis, the more you try to hide, the more you show. Let there be a
Look,
little
you can
bit of
only
truth.
pretend to be something for so
Oh,
long.
you had.
There's a reason they
Yes.
call
Man.
it mask. That's the
Yes.
reason Halloween is only one day, because you can
Queen.
only fool people for a certain time
Ooh.
before it all comes off.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
There's
Yeah.
only so long
Y'all
you're gonna
clowning
fool
today.
people.
Y'all
Your real
clowning
essence
today.
is gonna come through.
Queen, ain't it?
Listen, and what people don't understand is when your inside matches your outside, you get that glow like show enough. Like that's my glow I want.
I
Teach.
had
Like,
somebody walk up to me and say I was like wearing blonde, and they was like, "You look beautiful," and then she was like, "Not because of your hair, and not because of what you got going on." She said it comes from the inside.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And like
That's
you
a
said,
that's a
it
real
radiates.
compliment. Not,
It radiates.
I know I look fly. Like I'm a person. Like, look, I like to look fly. I walk out the house purposeful with the intent of looking nice because
Yeah.
I am my brand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when people come up and you're just relaxing one day and somebody comes up to you and says that, that's
Yeah.
different. That
Yeah.
hit different.
Yeah.
That means you've been working on yourself.
No,
You
really.
know,
And
and
sometimes you
even
don't
if
even
nobody ever
realize
tells you, you should be
how far
telling
you are.
yourself. You
Yeah.
Exactly. What I tell my daughter
Mhm.
today?
Yeah, you
What
did.
I
You said
tell?
you should look in the mirror and tell yourself, "Girl, you look good. You gonna hurt them today." Like,
For
if you don't hype
real.
your own self up, if you're not your own hype man,
Yep.
nobody else can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like when I be doing my makeup, I be like, "Okay, wait, hold on." I'm
Seriously.
like, "All right,
Yeah.
And all of that originates because, like you were saying, it's about how you see yourself. But
yeah,
most importantly, if you don't believe, if you doubt how God see you, that's the stem.
yeah, good,
So it's going to stem from how you see you. And if you're not seeing yourself the way God sees you, or say it, like you said, Proverbs is a grand example for women, for queens, as to how He sees you. So if you don't see yourself like this, then you have that vision problem. It is you
yeah."
that is blind and not the world. And
Yep.
so is you playing in the world as if you can see, and everybody's treating you as if you're blind because you are actually blind. And
But
you
the
don't
thing is,
understand why the two not adding up. And it's like, no, sis, you can't see.
yeah,
You know,
the first people that build your self-esteem are your parents.
Mm-hmm.
that's the why are they
Most
there?
people don't even realize that. Like, how
Come
you
on,
feel
sis.
about yourself, you better
Teach,
look at how your parents
teach,
treated you first.
teach.
Because if they didn't build you up, if
Woo!
they didn't, like the world, look, your parents are the first people that care about you and
Come
your
on,
first defense. So you came from them. You feel me? And if they are hurt people hurt other people.
you see, simple.
I've seen people that are beautiful, like to me, like I know they're beautiful, like there's no doubt about it, but they
Yeah,
don't know they are. I saw a gentleman comment online and say, I don't believe that people that are attractive don't think they're attractive. Oh, you don't? It's called
right.
low self esteem.
Yeah,
If
Yep.
somebody has built a belief in them subconsciously when they were
yeah,
young and didn't know themselves that they were
Mm-hmm.
ugly, they start believing that.
yeah.
Whatever you tell yourself, whatever people tell you, you start to believe subconsciously.
Oh, you do.
Yep.
Like
You
think
do.
about it. You go to church every day for how long before you start believing the word, and then you got to experience it for yourself. You start
Listen,
believing it more,
sis.
and then you see
Okay.
what I'm saying. So it's the
It's
same
all
thing
through the
in
process.
self esteem.
Yeah. You just
Yep.
said build. The word is building it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a
Yeah.
building thing. Like
Building
you gonna go through phases where you don't like yourself. You're gonna go through phases where you're gonna be like, oh, this is so awkward. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have days where you don't feel the most beautiful, and that's okay. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Nobody
Yes.
feels beautiful every day. You know what I'm saying? Especially as
Listen.
women. We know why. Once a month, we know why. Because we be like,
Listen. She tried to creep
yo,
on in there. You got listen. Let me shout out to the queens. We have got to beat her. We have got to beat our hormones. We have got to beat that time of the month where we are just like gain control. I'm learning that too.
man,
Like do not let her take over. I'm telling you, tie her up, muzzle her, do your very best.
please take care of your health. Feed yourself good things. Take the time to relax. You
Get
know,
ready,
drink your tea. Don't let nobody bother you.
please. Don't go nowhere when
But
you know you
but that's
already gonna
also
be
part of your
irritated.
self-care.
Come
Yeah.
on, come on,
Self-love,
come on.
self-care, it goes hand in hand. Even with your routine and how you get up in the morning, your routine to go to bed, that all plays a part
They
Yeah,
in
do.
that
yeah.
whole self-love.
And people don't even take time
Listen,
to do self care. Like sometimes we run so much, especially women by nature, we're like taking care of everybody that we
Yep.
forget you do have to pour into yourself first. And there's
mhm.
nothing wrong with telling people no. There's nothing wrong with having people respect your boundaries and saying, look, this is my day to do my thing. That's still a part of your schedule,
Because that's what I
you
was gonna
know?
say. Because that we get a common misconception with self care and taking time out. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
we are in the people business. Our whole job is people, his people, loving his people, repping. And so, like you're saying, that should be built into your schedule. You
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yep.
You should, if you are the one that's putting all this stuff above your schedule, which you know helps you to function. It's you. It ain't people. You should
Mhm.
take a break from you in that mindset of yours and
People
get back
only do
into
what
that
you allow them to do.
teaching.
So,
But self-care, we the misconcept, because I see it all over Facebook. It's like you gotta go here and take this and go. No,
No,
it's not
you
self-care.
go to your
Let me seriously
space
break down
and
what
find your
self-care
peace.
is.
pretty much.
Self-care is you loving God as prescribed, and then you loving your neighbor or your brother or your friend as prescribed. That's how it shows that you love yourself, because you're obedient to law. If you're not
Yeah.
obedient to law, then you don't love you. It is just as simple as that. And that in tunes turns to self-care. But self-care ain't going out for a spa. It's none of that. That should just be a part of your regular maintenance. That's
Yep.
it.
Some people want to disappear to themselves. Like I like to disappear to myself in my room in silence. I like
But is
silence.
that part
Like,
of your normal schedule? You get
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh, it
Because
is.
some people are shutting themselves off. They don't want to be bothered with people. You can't have that idea and that mentality when you
Mm-mm.
doing
Mm-hmm.
kingdom work. You
Mm-mm.
cannot do that.
I put my
Believe
phone on do not
totally
disturb
you
for an
have to
hour when I take a nap. I put that in my schedule. If
put
I
that
gotta
in your
take a nap,
schedule.
I listen
In
to my
your
body
schedule.
and I say, "Oh, it's nap time." Okay,
Yeah.
and do not disturb. Do not disturb me. You'll be okay. And
You
an
have
hour
to
will
be.
not hurt you from not hearing from
You
me.
have to be. You have to be.
You
Part
know.
of the scheduling. Part of the scheduling. Oh shoot, I forgot. I was supposed to been run the bell.
Yeah, you gotta ring the bell.
Did
Now
I,
you gotta
When I saw Miss Sheena, I was like, "Ooh, shoot the bell." There you go. There it is. I think that's what. Oh, I'm sorry. I had cut it off because it was messing up. Wait a minute. Don't go into Aaliyah. Do not go into Aaliyah. Okay, I'm taking it back. This time it didn't work like I wanted to, but now it's about to work like I wanted to. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta go. Okay, we gotta. Oh my God, I gotta get to class. I don't like dissension. Me personally. Okay. So yeah. So okay, everybody. Thank you so much. You laughing, Machine? I know. We can't get it right. We can't get it right. It's all right. Okay, guys. All right. So we rock True Beauty with Miss AJ Adams. Now it's time for us to rock True Finances. True Finances with Miss Nikki Ma, Miss Nikisha Spiller. I'm so sorry. I just love calling her Nikki Ma. That's just me. But with Miss Nikisha Spiller, we're gonna rock these True Finances because it's imperative for you to understand what it is to do with the resources that God has given you for Him, not for yourself, not for you to live a lavish life. It is the resources, and it is the resources not only for you but for His people. Okay, so that we all can grow and know together. And most importantly, resources aren't financial. Resources are ideas. That's where the true resources lie. And you take those ideas and you turn them into finances. But don't short yourself. Don't shortchange yourself. All right, come on through, Miss Nikki. The RockTrue Finances.
Hey guys, how you doing? I am Nikki. Well, most people call me Nikki because most people jack my name up as Nikisha Spiller, but I'm here to talk about finances. So, finances, just a little bit about me. I am a life insurance agent, and I also used to be a background medical degree as a surgical technologist. So, one of my weaknesses just growing up, I was a spoiled girl. I was in private school, my grandfather took care. I was a daddy's girl, and finances was one of my weaknesses, and I like to say that because most people, feel like, oh, you're in finances, you should be a guru. Finances is an ever evolving thing to learn about. Okay. So first thing, I want you to not ever feel subconscious about that. Everybody goes through financial struggle at some point. Everybody is still learning, and don't ever get arrogant about it or anything like that. One of my mentors, the first thing that I learned off top, if you want to build the life that you love, it is 10% to God first, tithes. I know people be like, oh, that's paying the pastor and all up. Give God his 10% because he gave you definitely your money. Let me tell you, tithing works. One of my mentors, he's worth $1 million. You know why? He said, first thing he said was, I give my first 10% to God, no matter where I was at financially. And I was like, man, that makes sense. Finances is something that's a part of our everyday life. Finances is something, like I said, that you're going to learn about every day. Always take advice from people whose life you want. Okay. There's a lot of things in the Black community that we don't know about when it comes to finances, and that's okay. Where we become our own worst enemy is that we become know-it-alls and nobody ever knows it all. Okay. Anybody comes in your corner talking about they know it all, run real fast. Okay. Because nobody knows it all. The best thing to always be is real about your situation. I know people, in the Black community is touchy, talk about money and all those things. But I want to tell you, there's some manifestation things that I have started doing also along with that. Okay. See, there's one thing to have faith, but faith without works is dead. And let me tell you, one thing you got to do, you have to believe you are worthy for what you're asking for. Once again, everything always goes back to self-love and how you view yourself. You will never out-earn your identity, ever. If you do not build your identity to the income that you want, the life that you want, there is nothing different from the people that you see living the life they want from you. There's nothing special about them. It's just that they have faith and that they claim it and they live it and they believe it. And belief is the thing that's going to set you where you want to be. See, you thought I was going to tell you numbers and all that other stuff. No. All of it is here, mental. It's all mental. Your finances are all mental. It's what you believe. It's what we grew up believing. And now you got to teach yourself a new belief. Okay. This money thing isn't hard. $100,000 is not hard. That's what you got to tell yourself. Like 50K, I can do that. Because if you can make 1 grand, you can make 2 grand. And if you can make 2 grand, you can make 3 grand. If you make 3 grand, you can make 4 grand. See where I'm going with that? But at the same time, you got to build your identity and you got to believe it and you got to believe you're worthy. Also, when it comes, let it flow, let it go. Don't choke the energy. Okay? Like, don't start living bigger too fast. People try to be flashy too fast. You're not here to impress people. You're here to live the life that you vision for yourself and your family and legacy. Okay? That's important. Don't lose sight of your vision. You have to have vision for the things you want. This is the end of 2021. Do you have a vision board? Do you have a vision of what you want your life, like literally, to look like in 2022? Like, what are some things you've never done before? Hit those milestones. By the way, don't let anybody tell you your goals are too small or too big, especially too big. Don't ever dream too small. Dream big. Dream so big that it scares you. If you want $1 million, say you want $1 million and believe that. You may not see it right now. And by the way, it's not going to come in the form of this lump sum of money that magically is going to appear in your account. You first got to be a steward of your money now before it can grow to anything else. Something else I have to learn. You have to be a steward of the small things before you can get the big things. That's in the word. Okay. So first, can you manage even 20K? Can you manage 10K? Can you manage 5,000? Those numbers can't even scare you. I remember there was a time those numbers were like, ooh, like 5,000, that's impossible. If you go back and look at your finances, you probably blew through probably 6 figures already. Literally. And don't even know it because we don't track. You know what I'm saying? The thing is being intentional also. Being clear, being intentional. Okay. So that's something else I had to learn in manifestation. But what you tell yourself every day is what you start to believe. You can't listen to other people because other people weren't giving your vision of what you want for your life. And by the way, if you start growing, do not apologize for it because those same people have access to the same things you do. By the way, this is something you have to study and be consistent with. You know what I'm saying? Finances is not a one-dimensional thing. It is who you surround yourself with. Please do not be afraid to be around people who are living bigger than you. Do not be intimidated by that. They are actually selling you the dream. They're showing you it can be done. Basically, if you stay with people who are on the same level as you, that's the level you're going to stay at. If you are saying, man, I want $1 million, ask yourself, who are you surrounded by that makes $1 million? Literally on their own, not on a W-2. I'm talking about on a W-9. Who do you know that's a millionaire? Because number one, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nobody on a W-2 that's making $1 million. W-9s make $1 million. Are you afraid of those people? Do those people scare you? Do they intimidate you? Because guess what? They're nothing but just people. They put their pants on one leg at a time like you do. I've been around people that make that money and are very humble. They keep God first. First thing they tell you. Literally, literally one of my mentors broke down to me how he did it. First thing he always said was 10% to God. He kept reiterating that. He said, I go to church every day. It's in my schedule. I give God his time. Every day he said, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not none of that. He said, I'm just telling you what I see and what I know works. Then I have separate accounts for my business. I have a separate account for my savings. I have diversity. He said, once I hit 250,000, I got a good accountant. That good accountant grows your accounts. They tell you good advice. They tell you where to put your money so your portfolios grow. He said the number one thing that people put their riches in is life insurance. And most people do not know that. The Black community do not know that. It's called Index Universal Life, IULs. They last you for the rest of your life. That is a way to create generational wealth. That's how a lot of these other cultures create generational wealth. We have to stop being skeptical and start being believers. We can't say we believe in God and we believe in abundance and we have a lack and scarcity mindset because he owns the lands, he owns the world, and you can't say you're his child and don't believe that, period. The books you read, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Your self-esteem is congruent to the income you make also. Your self-esteem, like how you view money from a penny all the way to 100,000, $100 bill, is how you view money. We have to fix our relationship with money. It's the love of money that's evil, not making it. Understand that scripture. We don't serve a God who lacks. So why would you want to live a lacking life? We serve a God who is of abundance. And the sooner you change the mindset, you change your income. And that's something I work on daily. Trust me, there are things that's going to come your way. There's obstacles. I am not there yet. I'm not telling you I'm there yet. I'm telling you I'm on my way. And I believe it with my whole heart. And for 28 days, I'm doing a manifestation video. It's on YouTube. You got to sit for 15 minutes and just, hey, money comes to me easy. Money is easy. I attract it instantly. Literally today, $400 came through. It doesn't matter the amount, it's that you attract it. I'm never broke. What are you telling yourself? Stop telling yourself you're broke. That's a mindset. Poverty is a mindset, by the way. You can change whatever you want by going out and changing your actions. If little stuff. I love sales. I don't buy anything whole price. Yeah, like AJ said, I go get my stuff from Family Dollar to Walmart to Target to wherever. If I find it as cute as on sale, I'm getting it. Stuff I spend money on are like shoes and coats and stuff like that. If I'm gonna spend money, what is your money blueprint? What is it? And do you have to change it? But one thing, don't ever live for other people, because that's where people go broke, trying to impress other people who are struggling just like they are. And that's something I've seen when I've sat with countless clients. I sat with people who I thought had it together and didn't. And I've seen people who look like they don't have it together and do. So don't judge a book by its cover either. Just because a person walking designer and all that, most people are one check away from being broke. Okay? But if we all work together, we all take this advice, we all don't stay in that competition mode. But if we all work together and do those things, we really could grow as people. Let me tell you, I'm learning every day. I make mistakes still. It doesn't matter. I have not made it. Nobody has made it. Don't have that mindset that you made it. When you do that, you've already capped yourself. Don't cap yourself. Money is ever flowing. It's out there. It's printed. All you got to do is go get it. But first, you have to get clear on what your life looks like. You don't have to want what everybody else wants. If you just want to be debt free, own your home, and make sure your kids are good, that's cool. Okay? Don't let nobody ever make you feel small about what your goals are for yourself. And you don't have to share your goals with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Your vision is your vision for your life. Nothing's too big, nothing's too small. But I always tell people, just go big or go home. You only live one life, might as well. So that is my perspective on the money side. Selena, you there?
I be having to get to the buttons and then that's all. And I promise this computer is retarded. It just, Anyway, yes, I am here. Yes, ma'am. Loved it. Miss AJ Adams.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, go ahead. Commentary. Yep, you up first. I
definitely agree. Especially when you're talking about when you talked about just paying God first. I think a lot of people don't believe in that process. They don't believe in, I'm not tithing. That's that. Why do I have to give that? Why not? Why are you here? Why not? Two, a lot of times people are like, okay, fine. I'll tithe my 10%. I give God his 10. But you got to remember, you got to give yourself 20. You have to not only just save for your rainy day, but you got to save for who's behind you. You got to save for your kids and your kids' kids. And that's a lot of things that people are just so stuck on the right now and the moments that are current. But what about your kids? Like, your kids shouldn't have to get it out the mud because you did.
Girl.
You know what I mean? And so many people are like, I got it out the mud. My
lying.
kid's gonna have to get out the mud. Why? If you knew the struggle that you had to get yourself out of to get where you are, then you should be teaching your kids how they don't have to get out the mud. You should be teaching your kids to show them like, hey, you know what? This is how I got into this business. Or, the
Right.
position that I'm in, this is how I got here. All right, so now I want you to be better. But that better is you don't have to get it out the mud.
Girl, where's
What
this
good
at
are
the mud?
you to your legacy if they have to get out the mud the way you did?
Where is
Right.
it?
What
Where's
good
the
are
mud?
you?
Where
Like
is this
even I
mud?
mean, like even with Warren Buffett, and a few other ones who are, millionaires, billionaires. And yes, they've said they're not leaving their kids any of their money. However, no one has questioned, did they teach their kids how to make their own money?
That part.
And they have. So they don't have to leave them anything. Why? Because they've already taught them. They've
Yep.
already taught them how, hey, this is how I did my investments. This is how I did my life insurance. This is the business that I'm in. This is the type of business you can have. So
These
that
are the people to connect yourself with.
exactly, so
Yeah.
you don't have to get it out the mud if you do it right.
Girl, where's this mud?
And also, like,
Even even like Nikki was saying, some people you wouldn't know the money they had from the person next to them because they got
Teach.
on a white tee and some jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have, expensive
Yep.
cars don't mean that you're wealthy or
Teach,
that you're
Queen.
rich.
Teach.
nope. You'd be surprised, like, how many people walk around just regular schmegular, like in Walmart line, in
Mm-hmm.
in Target. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
how rich people stay rich. Like, they don't spend whole price. Even these
Teach.
movie stars, to be honest, like, when they show up to the red carpet, they be like, who's your designer? Those
Thank
designers
you.
are paying them
Can you
to
say it
rock their
again?
stuff for influence.
They're getting free
Influence.
items to
Yeah.
rock.
Influence is better than power, baby. Let me tell you
Queen.
something. We had a speaker come and say that. He said influence is better than power. He said
Yes.
because when you influence, that means you have an effect on a whole lot of different people in a
Teach,
different way.
Queen.
And
But
like,
when you influence your teaching
yeah,
and you want to be the teacher, why be the one at the top and you never pulled anybody up with you?
Teach,
that part.
sis. Ooh.
That
Like,
part.
what good are you?
And then what's the good of having day ones if you ain't putting them on? Like, if your
My
people
sis,
sat here and like
Listen,
supported you and wanted to learn, why would you deny them what you're
come on,
learning?
sis. What is that about? What is that
Okay,
about?
well, I don't know why you would be afraid to put them on because I want me and my friends
Yeah.
to travel together. I want us to
Mm.
all be able to do our thing. Like, I don't
Yes,
want to just be
sis.
seen on TV. We want to do this. Like, how do,
Yes.
like, you can't buy into, and what people, I didn't, the part of the story I didn't tell people, like, a lot of times I go into this because I was on disability. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I run across a lot of people that when I used to interview them for doing the business, they'd be like, oh, I'm on disability. I don't want to lose it. So you letting the government determine your worth
Come on and sis. That's just
versus
like that's the
what's
other one.
yours?
That's the other
Like,
one too. There's some people that will not come off the system because or
yeah.
they have Section 8 and they
Well,
like,
they
nah,
scared. It's the mentality. They
it's a
scared them into
mentality. It's like, wait
thinking
a minute,
that they need them. And by the way, the government and pandemic has shown you, baby, you better get your money how you
sis,
get it for yourself.
sis, you better
You
get it how you
better
live.
use your talents because nobody
Live
can
it how
hire
you
you for
get
your talents
it. For
at
real.
all. Look, I'm not a
Like
numbers
that.
person by any means, and I'm not like the
Yeah,
richest person out there. But let me tell you
yeah.
something I learned. These jobs don't love you.
Come on, Latif, sis.
They
Come
don't.
on. But you
And they
have
don't love
more,
your
you have
kids. They
more,
don't care about none of that. Like,
sis,
you better
you
get it how
carry
you
more
live.
than what money can buy, and that's your wisdom. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So when you do obtain what it is that God has for you, you're able to know what to do with it. And that's
Yeah.
what people don't understand. You can have all that money and be a fool. Guess what? You and money now don't agree. And anytime you don't agree with something, you part ways.
Look at all these famous people that get money overnight. These
Sis,
NBA players, lottery
come on, sis.
people that get money overnight. They
Come
haven't
on.
built their mindset. They haven't changed their identity. And what
Queen,
and
happens?
broke
come on.
before they retire.
Teach,
Boom.
come
Can't
on.
even retire because
Come
they're broke.
on.
Yep.
Come
Like,
on.
they're trying to pay for everybody's way. Let me tell you something I said already to myself. I work
You
for
already
what
at the step
I
out.
work for. And you will never put me on blast for not looking out for you because you're lazy, because I put you onto the same opportunity. I
Queen.
am not
Queen.
obligated to look out for anybody
Queen.
if you're not trying to help. I cannot be active in your
Queen.
own rescue.
How
I
can
was
you?
active in my
I
own
will
rescue.
drown. I will
Listen.
drown. Have you? We was talking about that with the Baywatch and stuff, and you're trying to rescue somebody else, and they pushing you. I will. I refuse. I refuse to get into your mess, and you're not even gonna calm down. You're not gonna mature enough for me to save you. That's crazy.
It's a no
But
for me.
listen, there's a difference. There's a big difference between putting you on
Ah,
and doing and paying for your life,
That
yeah.
part.
paying for
Yeah.
your
There you
lifestyle.
go.
I'll
Yeah.
put you on,
Yeah.
I'll
But I
teach
can't
you,
pay.
but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do your work, my work, and the
That
next
part.
person's work.
Come on.
There's a difference.
Come on.
And you'd be surprised how many people think like
Yeah.
that.
Like
They'll be
I'll
like,
put you
oh,
on, put me on, and
well,
I'll
yeah,
do the work.
that part.
But
Yeah.
it's the ones who won't put you on and or be like, you know what, I'm on the top, you
Yep.
ninjas down here, figure it
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Those
Nah.
that's where, you know,
Yep.
that's where I draw the line at. But
Yeah.
no, I don't need you to live my life for me or pay my
Teach.
whole
Teach.
life. Help
Right.
me so then I can help the next person.
Teach.
That part.
Teach.
I don't
All you
need
gotta
you
do is
to
give the education. Like my
Right.
CEO said, I could give you the blueprint of everything I did. He gives out free information. You can ask AJ. She looks at his channel.
listen.
But it's
Y'all
up to
don't
you to
understand.
apply it.
You're looking at you and your
Listen,
smile whole
why
time.
you
I'm
listen?
like,
Most
listen.
people when they working, they listen to YouTube. They listen to
Yeah.
music, or you put on YouTube Music, Apple Music. No, mine is on the Valuetainment and whoever else pop up under Patrick Bet David. Okay, I've watched some amazing interviews, not just even from him, but from a few other people. But the amount of knowledge you get from learning from other people's
Yeah.
mistakes, man, I understand you got to bump your head, but listen, I don't want that many more headaches. I don't want that many more. I'm good.
Oh,
Show me how
Yeah.
to go through that obstacle and, duck and dodge them. Show me how to get around it. I'm all for it.
Yeah. And then the thing is, you're learning from somebody who's worth, like, literally, like, my CEO is worth 200 mil at 43 years old. Like, I tuned in the other day and I said, sell me the dream, because he got a new home in Florida. This is a man who don't come from money. They assume he do because he's Iranian.
Right.
And
Right.
he like, no, I came from nothing. My dad had 5 heart attacks. He came over here trying to make sure we free from Christianity. They was getting persecuted over there.
Oh wow.
He was like, I was an atheist for a long time. He said, I became saved later. But look at his vision. He started off an atheist, became a believer, and built a company full of believers. You can't tell me what not saying affirmations or believing how belief doesn't do for you, and then getting mentorship from somebody else.
Yeah.
Because most people are scared and prideful that their ego can't take getting mentorship from somebody else. Oh my God, they're trying to tell me what to do. No, they want to see you win. Because
Yeah.
your parents didn't know it, your grandparents didn't know it. Because if you did, you'd be living a different life. And it doesn't mean that they're less than because they didn't know it. Is now you're the chosen one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
the one that God put in alignment with this person. There's no happenstances in life. You say
Teach.
you want this, then he's like, okay, let me see if you really want it. Let me put you in front of the person that got it. And I'm gonna see if you listen to them. And I'm gonna see if you apply it. You feel me? We
Yeah.
pray for a lot of things, and like God will send 3 different boats, and we'd be like, no, I was waiting for him to rescue me. He
Traffic.
did.
All
You
these
didn't
people
even
just
take
go
up
all
on the
these
offer. Like,
friends
you
go
didn't
out
even want
your
to invest in
ego.
yourself. You didn't even want to put the time in.
No, for real. That's why
Right?
even
Like, I'm
the
lost.
prayers
Like,
that
what we
we
doing?
praying, it's a waste of time. I'm not being facetious. I'm so serious.
Yeah,
You
like
only,
you
you only
praying and
got
praying.
one prayer, and that's His will to be done. You can wish upon a star all day. It doesn't mean that it's
It ain't
gonna happen.
magical. He's not a genie.
Yeah, and then
God
here's
is
another
not a
thing too.
genie.
Hello,
He's
and like you saying, it is work to be done. It's you
yeah.
can't just keep sitting here talking. It's work to be done,
You got to get
and
out
it's
there and
not
get
on your
after it.
outer. It's gonna be on that inner because at the end of the day, He not gonna stamp His name on you, and you're not gonna do exactly what you need to do with His funds. So it's like, okay, so I give you all of this money, but you don't know what to do with. I give you that you don't know. So His name is on the line, not yours.
That
So now
part.
that's like the greatest parent in the world. He is not about to give you something that you're not responsible for. You know what? The little boy, and I said that the other day, the Caucasian boy who shot up the school and stuff, and now the parents in jail. And I said, for the first time, it seems like America has done what they should do. If you're not parenting your children and instilling in them what they should have, lock them up. Why do we keep penalizing children who should have been taught? It's not their fault that they wasn't. They was getting this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, hey man,
Is that's how you have to get it. Like my CEO said it. My parents didn't come from money. He said, so I had to go seek other sources. I had to go get mentorship. I had to go get it. He said, first of all, it's a decision. You got to make a decision that you're tired. What you don't learn to hate, you tolerate. So you obviously don't hate your life enough that you're willing to change anything. You're like, I hate where I'm at. I hate being broke. Obviously, you don't, because you keep doing the same stuff.
You don't.
You
can't possibly.
Because somebody came along and gave you a solution. And just like I told AJ today, there's somebody I know, they got sick, right? I was sick not long ago. I took concoctions. I gave this person a solution. They didn't take the solution. That's not my fault anymore. Now it's on you.
This is what I said, sis. I said, our job is just like the mailman. I am here to deliver your mail. That's it. It is on you to open it. And please don't get mad at me because of who it came from. This stuff is crazy.
Listen, what your grandmama say to you? You can lead them to the horse, baby, but you can't make them drink.
Yes.
You can lead them to the water, but they can't drink. Like literally, like people will sit and cry about their problems. Like you don't have any idea. Like how many people I've interviewed to become a part of my company, right? They'd be so hyped. Oh my gosh, you would believe like the delusions people live in. And they're like, oh my gosh, I gotta do what? I gotta invest. Like what you thought this was? Like they want me to chase them around. They want me to chase them down. This is your life. These are your bills, boo. Like I can't chase you down for a dream that you have for your life because I got my own vision. Now we can work together and we can
hopefully it could, you
meet me halfway, I meet you halfway, but I'm not chasing you down to help you build your life that you built. Like, look, I ain't trying to be funny, but if you are a single mom with kids, you live a different life than I do. I can't tell you what to do. Now you got to make your schedule. Now I'll give you the guidelines. I'm like, hey, why don't you make a schedule, get more organized? What's your schedule look like? I've helped somebody do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm alive. And I'm like, literally, like, I'll help you do a schedule. I will help you do the small things to help you get to the bigger part.
Yeah.
So that's the part people are missing. It don't always have to be something extravagant over the top. It's your little habits that build to the big habits. There's nothing impossible out here, by the way. You being a parent, you being handicapped, you being anything, don't stop you from what you really want. Because you make happen what you want whenever. Feel me? If you're gonna let a crackhead out hustle you today, because let me tell you, they ain't gonna be like, yeah, okay, I ain't got no money to pay. They gonna be like, I'm gonna find somebody to give me some money. An alcoholic gonna find a way to get some alcohol. I'm just saying, you tell me their determination bigger than yours.
I have seen, man, me and Kelvin. Oh Lord, we pray for him. We just pray for our king. But me and Kelvin be like, no, it was Kelvin. He was like, man, how you busy doing nothing all day? But I'm telling you, like, if you watch these people,
they get their money up to get what they want. Okay? Don't get it twisted.
Girl, don't get it, like you said, don't get it twisted. They will out hustle you in a minute.
Like, if you let a crackhead out hustle you, you live life wrong, baby. Because I'm telling you right now, they don't let that addiction go. So you should be so addicted to your goals and dreams that nobody can. If I gotta motivate you, it don't mean enough. Period. And that's the part people don't want to. If I gotta motivate you to feed your kids, then you obviously don't love them unless you say you do. Because you're gonna get it how you live. A real parent gonna get it how they live. If you don't love yourself enough to go get it how you live, I don't got nothing to tell you. Like, there's nothing I can say. I can open God's word. I can open the best book in the whole world. If you ain't motivated, ain't nothing I can tell you.
I guess if you ain't hungry.
You ain't hungry.
And you hungry. It's like somebody to come in and they be like, I'm hungry. You be like, oh, okay. Well, I got this sandwich right here. Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, you ain't hungry then.
You're not hungry.
You gotta go get how you live.
Clearly, your hunger was not that serious.
It wasn't.
If I'm offering you something.
Come on, something. Now I can see if you like I'm allergic to that or that's something
Right,
that I don't eat. But just come on, everybody eat you.
But they are allergic. They're allergic to being open to help.
accountability.
It's that they're allergic.
They are.
They're allergic. They're allergic to accountability.
I'm not about to do this with y'all.
I can guarantee
No,
you.
accountability is the
there,
biggest thing people fear. They really do. Like nobody likes being accountable and answering to people. And we have to change our perspective on that too, because accountability is and by the way, I'm one of those people. I don't like answering to nobody. I like to do what I want to do. I free flow. Like I don't got all time for all that trying to answer question stuff. But I have learned you got to change your mindset, because accountability is people who care about you, that you've told your goals to, that are holding you accountable to make those things happen, because you said that's what matters to you. And they care about you enough that they're willing to push you. You know what I'm saying? And that's not always your family and friends. That's a mentor. That's somebody who's where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't be afraid of that. You know, you can't take it defensively. You can't take it. Sometimes they're gonna give you tough love. Sometimes they're gonna be straightforward with you. Your accountant, like when you start getting your finances together, your accountant gonna be like, "Now, did you really spend money on?" First of all, ma'am, did you go buy a boat? And did you need this boat? And did you, you know what I'm saying? They go,
don't live near a lake.
They gonna get a rundown. They're gonna be like, now, first of all, ma'am.
But did you really have to go drop 10,000 in the Versace store, my Miss Ma'am?
Miss Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Miss Ma'am.
I mean, it's cute. You're just cute.
Yeah.
I like the purse. It's cool.
It's good. You know, matter of fact, again, I saw that at Target. I actually saw that one at Target.
I see you on the
I
grill.
can get you that same scarf in TJ Maxx. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Now, did you
flexing. I see you fresh out here. I see you on the grill. You was flexing on them. You was hurting them. But ma'am.
Okay.
They gonna get you together, like you said. A good accountant is gonna grow your accounts, and they're also gonna hold you accountable for your financial goals.
I love that. I love that.
Because he said for a long time, he said a lot of y'all. We did a mastermind. He said a lot of y'all get too flashy too fast. You make your first 50 grand or 10 grand or 20 grand and think you're supposed to go stunt and go buy a BMW. He says you need to be putting that money to the side first and foremost, because you got taxes to pay because you're an entrepreneur. You need to have an account for your, first of all, he said tithes. He said, I'm gonna keep saying this. He said, I'm gonna keep saying it. He said, and then you gotta pay yourself. You still got your staff. You don't have time to just splurge. He said, I'm not even in my dream home yet because I'm saving up. He's like, we were still in our apartment for a long time, stacking. But he said, I'm more expensive with my business than I am with myself, because my business is going to pay me long term.
Yeah.
He said, now I do treat myself to things like you gotta, self-care is in there. He said, but I am more expensive with my business because if I invest in my people, because I'm in a people building business, guess what happens? They make money, I make money, we all make money, and we're all growing.
Yeah, it only makes sense.
The money is gonna come. He said, that's a byproduct.
Yeah, look at it.
Look I'm a servant leader.
Aimed at the people. He like you said, I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna keep saying this. He said, God number one, and then the people, and that formula is the RockTrue Kingdom formula. Yeah, and it's for everything. And if you model that, you can't help but to naturally attract.
Literally at every conference, he gave us a 3-course meal at the whole conference. He paid for the hotel. He put out money. He said the bonuses I get from the company, I'm investing back in you guys because you're investing in yourself. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? When you invest in people and make them feel valuable, they do more than what's expected.
That's it. And
you know, my staff is not my help. They are the extension of me. His wife said it. She said, they're the extension of me. They're not my help. They're not lower than me. They're an extension of me. My business wouldn't be where it's at without my staff.
Period, point blank.
I invest in them. I invest in all that stuff. I give them bonuses.
AJ,
you
final thoughts for beauty?
The key word is invest.
that was from before, even when she was talking about the people that don't even want to invest. You know what I'm saying? Themselves, let alone. But the key word is invest. Rock True Beauty, real quick. Final thoughts.
Love yourself. Love yourself when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you happy, when you sad. Love yourself inside and out, no doubt. Purposely, consistently. Love
Love it.
yourself.
Nikki, what
Um,
about
my final thoughts are like she said. That's the number one thing. You gotta love yourself. Everything else will fall in place.
come on?
Whatever is for you, and no man can take it from you. So definitely inner peace, loving yourself, and being confident, and actually being in the people business. You become in the people business. Watch how money flows to you.
Teaching, teaching, teaching. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get on out of here. We have one more day of our Rock True class conference. Where tomorrow I will be discussing Rock True management, and then we'll be done. We'll be rocking True Kings. I can't wait. I'm so excited about it. But we also have an additional show that we'll be doing. It is a rock single special. Since everyone's so hyped for sexual, let's talk about sex, baby. Are you licensed to practice? All right. So joining us on platform will be myself as well as Lord Tyron Joe with BZNZ Radio. And then King Anthony Dwayne with Scrutinize This. So this will be tomorrow. We're actually going to change the time to 7 instead of 6. Yep, I see it on there. Yep, instead of 6, it'll be about 7 o'clock because I totally forgot that I had another show. I mean, okay, sure. So we got to just do it the necessary adjustments. But also, guys, we are getting ready to start our Rock True Ready Mindset Grow Reset Challenge. I don't really want to call it a challenge. It's just really a reset. It's getting your mind reset, changing in the process of changing and transforming for him, for the king, for the kingdom. You have to change your thoughts, what you believe over what it is that you crave. You know what I'm saying? If you like they were talking earlier, it's about you being one whole and complete of a person. That is the character of Christ. That is the character of God. And your mind has to, be on one accord with the things that are coming out of your mouth as well as your behavior. And this is where it starts. So I don't challenge you, but I ask that you do participate. Take the opportunity to participate. We do have fitness training that'll be going on throughout the week. So on Thursdays, Rock True Fitness will be airing with the live shows at the Hudson and Campbell, our normal core and Kukawai. And then 2 weeks after that, we will go to hip hop cycling. Yes, hip hop cycling with Coach Letitia. So I'm so excited because we have a new coach on board with us and somebody else that we can highlight and share in this. And I think somebody else at the Hudson may have a hip hop course that I want to check out and definitely highlight her as well. Since again, we're all a network, and that's what you're supposed to do for your Rock True friends. You take them like they were talking about earlier with you. Like, what type of friend are you if you don't? All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to rock True class, or absolutely nothing.
At all.
All right, y'all. Peace. We out of here. Rock True queens. I love it. Thank you, ladies. Oh no! Wait, no. I'm sorry.
What?
Because on every single show, I have expressed my gratitude, and I want to do that. Like, no, wait, get back here. Get back here.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, don't leave and don't yell. And I'm not crying. I cried a little bit yesterday. I told you probably towards the end. I bet you wouldn't have saw it. So anyway. I want to just express seriously my Rock True gratitude to you guys. One, the season of Rock True Queens was amazing. The ideas, the concepts that you guys came up with to highlight for women, especially the Rock True beauty piece, like, about the good and bad hair and the different stereotypes that we have as women. One, then black, then depending on what shade, then depending on your hairstyle, texture, color, and all those things that just aren't even factors. You know what I'm saying? But they come between us as people, period. It come between us as sisters and siblings and all that stuff. And it's just like you guys started to get us on one accord. in reference to what it is to just be women and to be whole. So I appreciate the energy that you guys got. I love that you guys go to the different places. You know what I'm saying, to highlight the areas, the businesses in the areas, especially Dialogue, the wine bar. First of all, if you have not been to Dialogue, get there. It is an amazing place. I love the atmosphere. Shout out to Miss Lindsay who did the what was that thing? It
Oh,
was just
cigar
so
soiree. Yeah.
so whatever that was, it was just so chic.
Yeah.
It was like being around just some black professional, not even because they had a business or nothing. It was just their posture. Jesus,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like I didn't know. I love going to places and I don't know, like you don't feel like you're where you are, i.e. Gary, Indiana. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? No
Mhm.
shade. And I even hang with people kind of like make Gary like it's crap, but no, for real. Like when you
No.
go to a place
I get what you're
and they
saying.
made that feel like you was in Chicago or you were, so that Dialogue, man, go down there, you ain't gotta get drunk. Have a glass. Have a nice glass and chill, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy the conversation that they're trying to have there, just to prompt thought simply. Help you think more. So again, shout out to them. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all you guys for what you do. It's AJ Adams. I love you, sis. I love you, sis.
What you say?
I said I love you. I just said
Huh?
I love you. I love you. She's
I love
Lindsay,
you
you
too, and I
guys.
feel like you said something, and I know I didn't hear you.
I did, and I said I love you.
I
That's
love you
it.
too.
Okay.
I promise not to yell at you so much next year every time you do
Oh,
something and you downplay what you're doing. I promise. I
okay,
promise.
now I'll say this. Please keep your tough love. We just talked about having people in our team that's holding us accountable. So I need your accountability. It is imperative to what it is that I'm
I
doing.
got you.
Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yell a little more. Yell a little more.
Yell a little more.
Yell a little more.
Okay, well, keep acting
Yeah.
like you dropping little droplets
No,
instead of making
I'm not.
waves.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You know what? We're up here, guys. Now, so I got to make sure this flight is steady, stirred, and everybody is served properly. I want us to have a grand time as we grow up. Right.
Oh, okay. Only up.
Yes. Yes. All right, guys. We're gonna get out of here. About you? Absolutely nothing at all.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Bye.
Bye.